Hello spider fans and welcome back to the Tarantula Cave. In this episode I'm going to show you how I packed up the male Poecilotheria miranda that I sent to Gar Reese at Arachnotube recently. I think it's a useful thing to know how to pack tarantulas. I haven't done it for a while, so I was really worried that I might do it wrong, but you know, I had some advice from Gar and got it done. So I thought I'd share that with you guys because obviously something that happens a lot. People want to have a female tarantula in their collection. They get a sling, it molts out a male, they don't have a female to breed it with, and then suddenly it's like, what do I do with him? Do I just keep him, or do I send him to someone with a female to get them bred? More slings in the hobby, more fun for everyone. So those of you who have that issue will probably enjoy this video. Okay, this is the male's enclosure. I'm going to take out the cork bark. You definitely don't want any decor in your tarantula's enclosure when you're trying to rehouse it or catch it into anything, because it just gets in the way. And I've learnt this through lots of trial and error. It's finally sunken in. So here he is. Those of you who've watched the channel before will remember I tried to pair him to my adult female. This is what I use for a catch carp. I just made this one for this video because I lost my other one. Basically, it's a bottle with the bottom sawn off and then a hole in the lid. And the idea is you persuade the tarantula to climb up inside the bottle, and then the beauty of it is you turn the bottle round and you encourage the tarantula to crawl out of the neck of the bottle. So you need to get a bottle with a wide neck. Don't just use a 2-litre Coke bottle because your tarantula will probably get stuck unless it's quite a small one. Obviously you need to take the sticker off the outside of the bottle, otherwise you won't be able to see what's happening inside it. So yes, I failed with the paintbrush because the angle wasn't right, so I thought I'd try the small snake hook. Unfortunately, I also couldn't reach him with that. He was a bit crafty with me. So the next thing to try was a long bamboo skewer. I've got a few of these around the house for barbecues and stuff. Normally this works a treat, so you can obviously put the skewer down the hole in the lid of the bottle and try and encourage the spider up the walls. But unfortunately in this case he was just sandwiching himself against the side of the bottle, which meant that I couldn't actually persuade him to climb. So I went for my super trusty tablespoon. The idea being that I would basically lift him up with all of the substrate underneath him and the webbing, which would persuade him to climb up inside the bottle eventually. And as you can see, with a little bit of persuasion, we finally got there. He wasn't the most cooperative spider I've ever worked with, I'll be honest. But fair enough, you know, I turfed him out of his snug little cork bark hide. So here you can see the tub I prepared to post him. Look at him, gorgeous. So I lined the tub with kitchen towel, left a nice spider-sized space in between, moistened the whole thing down with plenty of water, basically spray it all down so it's nice and humid in there. Especially in this hot weather we've been having, it's really important to have high humidity. Keep it wet to stop the spider drying out, particularly if the postage goes wrong and they have to leave the spider in the depot or whatever too long. You don't want that to happen, so you spray all the kitchen roll down, you spray the lid down, and here's me demonstrating the beauty of the bottle catch cup. So you just unscrew the lid and the spider walks gently into your packing tub. So yeah, just a few gentle nudges with a paintbrush is all it took. I think people need to remember that Poecilotheria can be extremely calm if you treat them with respect and you catch them in the right mood. I have never had a real problem with mirandas in particular, and if you saw my tarantula impaction videos when my adult female was still fairly active, she gave me surprisingly little hassle considering how intrusive I was being in trying to clean her up and save her life. So there you go, very straightforward. Took a while to get him in the bottle, but once he was in, he was an absolute sweetheart. I just took the lid off briefly to show you how snugly he's sat in there, nice and secure. So the next thing, spray the covering of kitchen towel and then pop that in, and then of course stick the lid on. And the other thing I wanted to show you obviously was that I taped the lid down. There is nothing worse than receiving a tarantula in the post to find out that the person who sent it you hasn't taped the lid down. And there are unboxing videos out there of tarantulas having got out in the box they were posted in, so it's not good to do that to people. Obviously the tub then goes into a cardboard box for posting, nicely secured with bubble wrap or packing chips or whatever you've got. Then wrap the whole thing up. I like to go mental with the packing tape because it gives me peace of mind that the tarantula is going to be secure. And that's about it. Those of you who watch this channel for a long time will be aware, obviously, that I lost my adult female Poecilotheria Miranda to horrible, horrible impaction. I did try very hard to save her, but unfortunately my efforts weren't good enough and I did lose her. I have been looking out for another adult female, but it seems that everyone who's got one really wants to hang on to it, and I completely understand because they are absolutely beautiful. Definitely one of my favourite poke species. So yeah, I'm really excited about Gar trying to breed these, because obviously it's a 50-50, so I will have some slings coming back into my collection for me to grow up into beautiful, beautiful feisty adults, and obviously we'll be passing on a few, so hopefully we get slings. Everyone cross your fingers, Gar knows what he's doing, so yeah, super exciting. Anyway, I know the male arrived in one piece. I got a message from Gar to prove that it did, so we just have to wait and see. Anyway, that's it for this one. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, guys.